I think you should be good this time. Get adjusted. All right. Well, hello and welcome everyone to our episode 9. Our final
episode
episode.
ever. Bye.
Forever.
That's it. Before we
Before we hit the double digits.
we're leaving.
I
See you
said,
later.
Before we hit our 10th episode and we finally make it on to the double digits. Hello, Angel. Doesn't seem like Jen's energy is there today. Sorry, guys.
You carry for once.
Okay. Well, I carry all the fucking time.
No,
first
you
of all.
don't.
I'm always
I
fucking
carry
carrying
this
the
podcast,
shit. I don't know about all
bro.
that.
I carry this podcast. Do something.
What's wrong with you today?
Anything.
We'll start with that question. What the fuck is wrong with you today? Since you do like to ask all these questions all the time.
What is wrong with you? Everything.
What,
The
just
world.
a long day at work or what?
Yeah. Just a long week. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you last week had like a pretty fucked up week from all the
Last week?
fucking raving you were doing.
What was last week? Last week?
Zed's dead.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
So you're
about
probably
that.
like on your come down still from all of that, which fucking sucks. Because Jen went to Zed's dead on Saturday, and then obviously she went
No,
Sunday.
I went Sunday and then work on Monday. And then Zed's dead again on
Oh, that's right.
on
Okay, yeah,
Tuesday,
because that was for
Tuesday
4th
was
of July.
Yeah.
I hope everyone had a good 4th of July, by the way.
Happy
looked like-
belated 4th of July.
It looked like Jen did not have the greatest time for a minute there. Because in Colorado,
good
it
time.
hailed like fucking crazy. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I literally was like streaming, and then out of nowhere, it just started raining so bad. And it was
fun.
like
I
a
had great
hurricane
time.
outside. That looked crazy. That looked kind of fun, though.
It was fun. Kind of helped that I was
Lucky.
like not sober, but
That's
I thought
fine.
it was fun. And I
Whatever.
think we all got sick. So I think that's why I had such a shitty week.
Oh, you got sick
Oh,
too?
yeah.
Are you getting over it?
Yeah, I'm just getting over it.
You don't sound sick, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was mostly like a cold, like a fever.
Right.
Not really anything too crazy, but I like died for like 2 days and
Went
then
to work like that?
Yup.
Fucking dying.
Yup.
All right. Well, that's good. That sucks, I guess. But yeah, you got anything planned for this next week coming up,
This next week?
or just hella work?
No, just work until August.
Till we leave? Callie.
Actually,
I don't think there's any more shows that are coming up anymore.
well, there's
Anytime soon. That I haven't
Global.
watched. I don't want to go to Global again. I went last year. I went one day
Zed's
last
there.
year.
Zed's
Zed.
going.
Zed's good to see. I mean, Zed's been playing like the same set for, like the
Alan
past
Walker's
like 5
gonna be
years now.
there.
Alan Walker would be fun to watch. I saw him at Millennium's Gorge show, but that was a really
Yeah.
fun one. Definitely one that you would want to go watch.
Yeah, but nothing until August.
Yeah.
And then September's crazy because Rez is here, Chainsmokers, Flume.
I still need to
Louis
see
the
Flume.
Child.
I've seen
all
Louis the
of-
Child like for the past 4 years.
All of them are coming September.
Damn, are you gonna have enough money?
I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to decide who to go to and who not to go to.
Oh, okay.
But
So
I'm
you're,
just
you're
like,
gonna
I
try
don't
not to
know.
go to all of them, but you might.
I don't think I could go. I don't think I could go to all of them.
You
I
could
want
go
to,
to all
but I
of
don't
them. You
think
could
I
go to all
can. Definitely not going to Global because that's like coming up soon, and I can't get off of work. And I went to Global like a few years ago, and it was just, from what I remember, it just wasn't it. So I don't know if I'm gonna go to that,
Jesus Christ.
but I definitely want to see the Chainsmokers.
You're a fucking party animal this year.
Yeah.
Chainsmokers is really good to see live. I saw them the first time I ever took ecstasy. That was
Oh my
fun.
God. Well,
That was a fun.
we're
show.
thinking because we at first we were planning to like not move out until we moved, like moved. I was just gonna stay with my parents until we were ready to like move like out of the state.
Right.
But I don't think I can take it anymore. So
Really?
yeah, so I think
Oh.
we're gonna try to move out and like into an apartment or something.
You think it's like a buildup of everything
Soon.
kind of like collapsing on it finally now? Or is it just
No,
like
it's
just one
always
big
been
thing
like that.
happened?
No, it's always been like that. It's just at this point, like I'm just fucking exhausted.
Because you guys weren't living with them for a good minute there.
Yeah.
So moving back in with your parents.
Yeah. It
And
was
then all your
tough.
sisters and stuff
Yeah.
too, having to deal with all of that as well. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's just rough. So
So you
we're
guys planning on moving
to
out
move
for
in.
a little bit then
Yeah.
before you guys decide to make your big move?
Yeah, I think we'll see if it works out because everything's really expensive right now.
An apartment?
Yeah.
You guys think of that?
A 1 bedroom is like $2,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Ew, where? Denver?
No,
Or like here?
here, like around here. Isn't that crazy?
$2,000 for one
It's
bedroom?
1 bedroom, 1 bath. Well, okay, just the bedroom is like 1,700, 1,800.
Right.
But because we have a dog, it's an extra like $75 per month for the dog. And then because we have
the
2
pet fee.
cars for parking, it's like $50 per car per month.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh my
So we're
god.
like trying to decide if it's worth,
A place with a working kitchen.
like, if it's worth. Yeah.
That's a lot though. That's a lot you're already taking out from like what you guys are already planning on saving
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
because
Is the mental
yeah, the mental
my
struggle dealing
mental-
with your family
it
gonna
worth-
be worth it compared to spending $2,000 like a month just to have your solidarity away
but
from
it's
your
like our
family.
own space and like it's quiet and like we can do whatever we want. So it's like
What was like the first time you
guys?
guys ever moved out? Just when you Tony
we got
moved
the
out. Yeah, when you guys
house,
first got the
yeah.
house, how was it like?
It was great. But then that was the different story because a house is different, right? Because a house, it's a lot higher
Yeah,
of
high
a
rush.
payment.
Right.
Because there we were paying like $3,500 a month, almost $4,000 a month. That's why we had to take on roommates, and that's where it was like shitty for us because we didn't like our room. Like we liked we liked
Shout out Lex. Fuck that bitch.
No, we loved our roommates, but it was just like some things. Like it's hard to be friends and a landlord too.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
And it wasn't Lex. It wasn't Lex. Lex was a perfect roommate.
it's a different story when you actually have to fucking move in
yeah.
with your friends and stuff, but you're
Yeah.
also the landlord. It's different when you're like moving in as friends.
Aw.
I guess you still have like those struggles, but like being the landlord and having to deal with people actually like
Yeah.
making the payments to your house too.
Well,
That's probably a
payments
scarier
and then
fact
just,
for
like,
sure.
having their responsibilities of like taking care of their shit and then like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But Lex was an angel. It wasn't her.
It's fucking Lex. I
But
already
yeah,
know.
so like having a house wasn't either because we couldn't do the payments by ourselves.
Right.
Obviously, like that's too much for just us.
Just for 2 people.
Yeah.
Especially not making like crazy high income, you know,
Yeah.
like fucking 6 figures a year.
I mean, I make 6 figures a year, but that's still a lot.
Under like $200,000.
6 figures is not that much. I'm gonna
Especially
tell you
in this
that
economy,
right
I feel
now.
like
in
at
this
this point.
economy, 6
Yeah.
figures a year don't amount.
I feel like
to
I can
shit.
like actually spend $100,000 pretty easy if someone gave me the
Like,
chance.
it does not. Like 6 figures now is like unless, like you said, unless it's over 200 grand. I feel like that's not shit. Like 150 and below, like that ain't shit. That ain't shit, bro. I
You
feel
think
like that's
about it,
average.
You're spending $2,000 a month, and it's like for a full year. That's a lot. It's 20. What is that?
Math.
That's 24,000 a month,
Yeah.
fucking a year. That's crazy.
On
That's
just
a lot.
rent.
Of,
That's
just
not
rent.
utilities.
Yeah,
That's
and you don't even get to
not
own the house or the apartment either.
savings, That's not
At that point, you're just
anything.
spending $24,000 just
Exactly.
on the apartment. That's like without like internet and shit too. So
Well,
that shit will
what's
add
nice
up.
is like usually apartments, their utilities isn't that much because apartment complexes, their utility bill they split amongst the
The residents,
residents.
right?
So
Okay.
like for a 1 bedroom, 1 bath with only 2 people in it, we would only pay like $100 a month for electric, water, and internet altogether.
Was that for a pretty nice looking apartment though?
Yeah, it was a luxury
okay, that
apartment.
makes
But
sense.
we wanted a nice area because I don't want my car getting like we're parking outside. I don't want my car to get stolen or like broken into because
Right.
the area is bad, which happens a lot. Because I've been because like obviously when we're like apartment hunting, I read like reviews and stuff, and that's a very common thing. Like cars getting broken into, shit getting
Right.
stolen because of the homelessness that's going
Yeah, you're
up.
like, damn, this is a good deal for apartments. $800 a month,
Yeah.
but then you have like the high risk of like getting
Yeah.
fucking robbed and
Exactly.
stuff.
Exactly.
One of our friends, Kiana, she used to like when we were working, she like had like this really shitty Honda,
Uh-huh.
but like her rent was like pretty low too. It was like $800 a month. But then her car got stolen.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
That's
dude,
why
that
I'm
fucking
like, I
sucks. This
don't
area doesn't look that
want-
bad though. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
It's just
But it's gonna
especially
happen.
now because the homelessness, because the economy is so bad.
Right.
The rate of homelessness, like in this area, because you remember how it used to not be in this area. It used to be mainly
Yeah,
like
I used to never see
Denver.
people actually asking for money.
It used to be
anywhere.
like
Now it's, like,
mainly
everywhere.
Denver, and now it's like spread out everywhere.
The gentrification kicked people out.
So a lot of cars have been getting stolen.
Everyone moved up
broken
north.
Into. Like it's actually really insane. So we wanted a nicer area. So we're looking like Westminster, Broomfield area,
Yeah.
but they're like
Those are the really nice areas,
like
obviously.
luxury apartments. So the rent is obviously higher, but still 1 bedroom, 1 bath for 2. That's expensive, even
No, that's
for
really
a
expensive.
luxury. I feel like even for because it's 1 bed, 1 bath, but it's only like 600 square feet.
Yeah, when I'm thinking like luxury, I usually think at least like 2 bedrooms for $2,000.
Or
that
at
doesn't
least
sound
like
too
over
bad.
700 square feet.
Right.
Because what is this? 600 square feet? That's probably this basement is probably bigger than that.
Probably. Yeah, I think this basement's literally almost just as big as like an apartment. So, yeah.
But 600 square feet, I think it would only go to like here, like this where this pillar
Yeah,
is.
no, that would make sense.
That
That
side.
looks about right.
I'm like,
like-
that ain't shit.
Like you cut this off, you get the kitchen right
For
here, then your guys'
$2,000,
bedroom right there
bro.
with the bathroom like right there.
My
you
friend lives
know?
in a luxury apartment in Uptown Dallas, and it's so fucking small. Bedroom can't even fit. It's so sad. I could never. Well, we were like, oh, like since we're like a little bit tight on money and we're still trying to save and we want to move out, like how would like a studio be? So we went to go look at some studios. So studios is like no bedroom, like
Right.
everything
No,
is
yeah,
all
everything's
in one
connected.
space.
Yeah. My brother
That
used to
shit
live in
was
one.
like 400 square feet for still $1,500. Yeah.
That's brutal.
And I was just like, oh, like, is it worth? But then I thought about it and I'm like, me and Tony's schedules are so opposite because I stay up late streaming and then he gets up super early
Hmm.
for like his stocks. So I'm like, that won't work because both of our computers would like, there's no wall separating our bed and our computers.
Yeah, you guys would have to like put it like
Yeah.
in completely separate sides or
Yeah.
something. That's so shitty. And then you have like nothing to cover it either.
Yeah,
That
it's
fucking
really
sucks.
shitty. So I'm like,
You know,
should we
that's
just put up with it?
the positive and
before-
negatives of moving out, you know, like into like small apartments and stuff like that. It's tough.
Yeah.
That's probably like the hardest thing most people like have to like give up.
But
is,
then, like living at home with
space.
your parents and like all your siblings is just like
that's
my
taking on a
mental
lot
is
though. It's one thing to
trashed.
move back with like your mom and your dad. It's one thing that it's a completely different thing to move back in with like all your sisters
Yeah,
and
like
stuff
all my
too.
childhood trauma that I like got away from is now all coming back to me.
Which that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with.
So I'm like, is $2,000 worth my mental like not wanting to like take a toaster bath or
Yeah, I mean the solidarity always great. Like you guys being independent again, that's probably really nice. But then you know, you have to
And
give up a
then
lot.
The other thing was like, oh, we don't want to like look into getting another house because like if we are gonna move like out of the state,
There's
like
no point in doing that,
yeah, because I don't want to have to deal with having to sell a house before we move too.
right?
And then buying a house, you have to have the down payment. You have to make sure everything's like built correctly, like inspections, make sure the walls aren't like falling apart.
Right.
It's just a lot. I hate being an adult. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask to be born, bro.
Have you ever thought about moving in with like those people that own the houses, like how you did? Like, you know, just having like being a roommate instead into like someone else's home.
I did. I think we got spoiled because we did have the time to like move out and be on our own, that we don't want that anymore.
Right. Okay.
That it's more like
Yeah, it's
if
completely
we
different for you
need-
because you guys experienced
if we need
it.
a roommate, then fine. Maybe one roommate, but like how it was before where it's like 3-4 roommates. I don't
That was a
think
lot.
That was a lot.
Every time I came over, I was just like, damn, this
That
house
was
is
a
fucking crazy. There was like fucking roommates just like laid out everywhere. I'd walk into the door, there's fucking someone in that room right there, and I'm like, yo, what's up? I didn't remember any of their names because I just felt like everyone was so in and out of that place like all the
Yeah.
fucking time.
And so we're just like, I don't know. But then the idea of like moving out like to a different state, that's still on hold until I can figure out everything else out.
Yeah, because you
So
have
it's
this
like-
the fucking salon.
So it's like, yeah, it's easy to say maybe we should just wait until we're ready to move before we get our own place so that we can save money. But then I don't know when that is. So it could be like years down the road. So it's like, can I handle this for years? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's really like you have to think about like especially if you guys move out, you and Tony anyways. I mean, right down the middle, $1,000 per person.
That's
like
still a
lot.
shit ton of money.
That's still kind of a lot, you know. I mean, like 1,500, that kind of lowers it a little bit. You guys put fucking 750 or whatever, and then you guys are like okay at that point, but still, I don't know.
Well, then we have like car payments and
Everything else,
yeah. It's tough out here.
Because you guys both have your own cars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup.
Well, I wouldn't have to know about all that or nothing, you know.
So we're still looking, like we're still doing like apartment tours and we're looking around for like the best deals. We're just not really like 100% sure yet.
I don't think you're gonna find anything in our area.
I know.
For like what you're
It
probably looking
sucks.
for.
You
you
know,
know?
it sucks.
I don't know, man.
Well, because I work in Boulder too, so I don't want to go anywhere like farther because then it's going to be a shit haul all the way to Boulder.
Right. No,
'Cause I
because
wanna
you have to
be-
move all your stuff.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And
the whole
'cause I
moving
work every
process.
day, so it's like I don't want to move like an hour away and then have to drive an hour to work every day.
And it's more expensive in Boulder anyways. You're
Yeah.
gonna fucking be paying more out there, if
So
anything.
the closest thing to like is here. Like outside of Boulder, but not really Boulder,
Right.
is like here.
I mean, it's a really good area around here still, you know. It just sucks that you have to like pay so much more now. Everything up in this area definitely went up in price, which really
Yeah,
sucks.
I mean, there are really cheap apartments, but like I said, I don't really feel safe.
Just don't go to
around
Federal.
there.
Federal. That's the area.
Federal, it's like $800 for a 3-bedroom,
But if you split it right there at 104th, you get either the really shitty, like, what is it, the trailer park homes,
Yeah.
the bad houses, and then like the really like ugly, like old looking
I
apartments
was
and
like,
stuff.
should we just get like an RV and do payments on an RV and just spend our
That wouldn't be
just-
too
just
bad of
live
an
in an
idea.
RV.
I mean, I've seen those videos of those people makeshifting their RVs and turning it into like a
Yeah.
home. So you guys could do it if you guys are mainly looking for a spot where you kind of just like lay in, you know.
I don't think I could do that though.
That's
Too small.
that's a very crunching of
small
an area. Yeah. So
space.
I don't know if you would be able to do
Plus,
that.
you have to figure out like where you're allowed to park long term.
Park in front of your parents' house.
Just right in front. Fuck it.
They're like, Jenny, move the fucking RV. We can't get out the driveway. Like, shut up. This is my home now. That'd be fucking
You
hilarious.
can't go into my property and tell me what to do. The fuck?
Get off my lawn. You're just fucking sitting out front. Oh my god, that'd be fucking hilarious. No, I don't think I could ever do an RV living.
No, my sister wants to do that. My older sister,
Oh,
she's
really?
very into like outdoorsy. Like she wants a tiny home. That's her dream home. Is a tiny home.
I can do a tiny home.
I don't think I could.
I would
Even
want to do
tiny
one of
homes,
those.
they're like 200 square feet, bro.
They're not that big.
They're
They're not that big,
I
but
feel
you
like
can
an
get a
RV
tiny
has
home.
more space than a tiny home.
Elon Musk's are making those tiny homes that are like pretty big. So you get like the kitchen. I was showing like everyone on my stream one time. You remember that, Rosh? Where it's like they have a kitchen, they have the
Uh-huh.
living room, and then they have an upstairs for it too.
Oh yeah. I
So you
seen
can get
that.
one of
Like
those
a little
ones.
loft thing.
Those ones I think costed around like 40,000 to 50,000, which
I don't
isn't too
think-
bad. Which I think is like pretty good. But you have to find a plot of land that you have to put that on as well.
Yeah.
But I think that's like enough space for like if you're living with like by yourself, if anything.
Yeah, maybe
Or
by
even like with one
yourself.
person or two people. But like if you're trying to have like a bunch of like space to do a lot of things together, probably not.
Even then, I don't know because one, I'm like pretty small, but when I walk, I like don't walk straight, so I like bump into fucking
A
everything.
big ass head flopping around. That's what it is.
And Tony's tall as fuck.
Yeah,
so
Tony
he's
is pretty
like,
tall.
There's no way he's gonna have to be fucking hunchback crawling through everything. And we have a dog who's really chunky, so I don't think he'd be able to walk through. RVs are not a long-term idea. They don't hold up well.
RVs break down a lot.
I mean,
We
it's,
used to own one.
it's not like we're driving it anywhere.
That's true. That is true. Especially if you're not moving it anywhere, that's not too bad of an idea, I guess. But
No, I don't think I could. I'm too bougie for all of that. I need a nice space.
all I'm saying is you get a good plot of land for about 50K, maybe 100,000, then a 50K tiny home that's really nice, decked out. There's ones that come with like
It's
full kitchens
hard
and
to find even
stuff,
land
too.
here, though. You have to go to the
Probably not
butt
here.
fuck of Egypt.
Yeah,
to
not
I
here.
have land. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know you have land, but your land
2
is far as
hours
fuck.
away.
I'm not trying to drive all
That's
the
why
way.
we
Fucking...
don't do shit. That's why we don't do shit with it. Treehouse in Colorado. Imagine a treehouse in Colorado.
That'd be awful. Your house would be fucking down by the first year. That shit would be over the neighbor's yard by the first year.
Not even the first year, the first season, the first
first-
winter.
the first winter that comes by.
that comes, you're out of there.
That poor fucking tree. I'm more worried about the tree at that point. That shit's not coming back from that.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. What were we talking about? That's what we've been doing.
That sucks. People who haven't paid their property taxes for 3 years, if you pay it off, the property is yours. Oh, really?
The property taxes? Really?
Maybe you should start looking into that.
Interesting.
Have Tony looking.
I'm not trying to buy property though. Like I'm gonna move out of the state within.
Just sell it after.
It's hard.
It's probably hard. I wouldn't
It's
know. I've never tried
hard.
to sell land. My dad sold land
We
once.
have land that we need to sell. If anybody wants to buy land in Colorado, let me know.
It's not in Denver.
It's not in Denver though.
It's not anywhere. It's 2 hours away from
It's
Denver.
2 hours from
2 hours
Denver.
away from Denver.
And there's nothing. It's just a lump of dirt. Okay.
Well, that's what you're expecting when you. Not no fucking building or anything.
Well, no, it's like literally just lump of dirt because like most land is like
Flat.
it's ready. Well, not flat. Like it is flat, but like most land is like ready for electric and water to be like ran through.
Oh, yours is just
It's
like
just fucking dirt.
it was literally like they
It's
made a
brand
square.
New. Yup,
They put a
brand
square
spanking new.
and they put a flag in it.
Yarn. They put a little yarn on the property line, and
They're
they
like, this is
stuck our
my
name on
land.
it.
They're like, yo, look at these idiots trying to buy this fucking piece of land. Dude, so that means you had to put in fucking what the fuck is it called? Sewage and shit too? And all that?
No, there's nothing there yet.
That's what I'm saying. You have to get that like in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. That's why we haven't done anything with it.
that makes so much sense now. I would just get rid of that land. That wasn't even worth it to buy in the first place. What are you guys thinking? You guys
well,
are
no,
fucking stupid.
it was because that land is in an area that you're able to grow
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
marijuana. So that's what it was for. Because a lot of areas, depending on the city, you're not allowed to. Like, it's not licensed for that.
Yeah.
And so this area was, and we were planning to do that. But a lot of shit happened, and then COVID happened, and then all of this shit happened. So we never got around to it. And now it's just too far, and we just don't have the time to be committing to it. So,
That's a lot to commit to. Oh, my God, that
Yeah.
would have sucked.
yeah.
But you were going to use all the money from the salon to bump into that, right? Pump into that shit. You guys ended up selling it at that time.
Yeah. Not really. Because we were planning to move there and then start like outdoor at first. Because outdoor, you don't really need a lot of capital to start with that. Because you're just growing outside. Like,
Yeah.
so we're gonna, and then we're gonna take the income from that to pump into it. More so than the salon stuff.
Okay,
but-
right.
Anyway, it fell through. Not happening because the prices of weed too now is like shitty. The
Is
weed
it?
market is really shitty right
Oh,
now.
I didn't know that.
It's super cheap because everywhere is like legal now. So
Yeah,
it's
basically
super
everywhere
cheap.
does
Like
feel like it's
everybody,
been legal.
everybody does it now. Yeah, because before everybody was coming to Colorado for it because other places weren't legal yet, and now everywhere's legal, and so they can just make their own or get their own. So
Damn.
it's super
The
cheap.
weed's not the business anymore then, huh?
Nope. I mean,
Alright.
it still could be, but with all the taxes and stuff that you have to
Hey,
pay
Edith.
for like legal to do it legally, I think they take 40%. So that doesn't leave you with shit.
Well, time for mushrooms. Get into the whole grow business there. Just keep finding different
Mushrooms?
businesses.
I don't think mushrooms is a good business either because mushrooms are so easy to grow. Anybody can grow mushrooms. You can grow mushrooms right now in your closet.
Well, you just do it and you can sell it for high market value.
FBI, open up. That's illegal.
Hey,
Hi,
that
Edith.
football player, I forgot what his name was. Jake Plummer, when he used to play for the Broncos, now all he does
Hi.
is fucking grow mushrooms. And he's making pretty good money off of it.
Mushrooms off of mushrooms?
Yeah, he's making pretty good money. He has to look at this whole business. Well, I mean, he does it for like a lot of health stuff. It's not like psychedelic mushrooms. He's doing a bunch of healing property mushrooms.
Well, does he have a company or is he
Yeah,
just doing
it's
it?
no, it's a
Okay,
full-
well
it's a full
then
business.
That's totally fucking different.
That's not different.
Yeah, then like
start from your
growing in
basement
your
and then you-
basement, who are you gonna sell it to?
People that want it out of a basement. I don't know.
No, because people will just make it in their own basements. Mushrooms is so easy to grow. Did you know that?
No,
Have you seen how you grow
I'm not a
mushrooms? It's
fucking-
actually insane.
not a criminal, all right?
It's not a crime to grow mushrooms.
Anyone growing any type of drugs,
It's a mushroom.
Criminal.
That's not a drug.
fucking criminal.
That's not a
It
drug.
was at one point.
It's all natural, bitch.
You
It's
guys are
all
fucking
natural.
Criminals.
No, but they take like a mushroom, like you know how there's a stem and then like the shroom is on top.
Yeah.
So they snip it off, right? And then they just put it like on like paper or tinfoil or something and wait for it to mold to grow.
Uh-huh.
And then they take that mold, they stick it in a container, make sure it's like all humid and like,
Yeah,
Moist.
right.
and then the mold just or like the fungus spreads, and then mushrooms just start popping up like crazy. And that's it. There's your mushrooms. That's how you grow mushrooms.
Probably have to cut that out.
Mushroom 101.
Jen's teaching guys the wrong things every
You
time.
can literally watch it on YouTube. What do you
Oh
mean?
my god.
That's how it happens. Moist. You gotta make sure it's moist and
Make sure
wet.
you guys do it safely if you guys end up venturing into that.
Yeah, make sure your containers are closed or they're just gonna start popping up everywhere. Mushrooms
in
are
your
very
throat.
invasive.
Get some disease in your throat too. Be careful.
Mushrooms are very invasive. They just pop out of nowhere, everywhere. If you get that shit.
I don't know, man. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Make sure you're in a safe, controlled environment. Just
We
don't do
literally
it.
used to do it in our closet.
First of all, don't do it. Second of all, if you do it, be careful. Oh my god. You're a
No.
bad influence. Such a bad influence.
Mushrooms are very good for you. So that's what we've been dealing with.
It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. Hopefully you guys get out of that soon. Or figure out a situation where you guys can do something else. Maybe make a shed in your backyard.
Make a shed.
You
yeah,
and Tony just live back
right.
there. I mean, do you guys have like a strict
right.
HOA?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, never mind then.
Because it's in.
They'll charge you like $300 a month even after you build
They
it.
charged us like $100 every month because our freaking mailbox was chipped. Like the paint was chipping
I
off the
fucking
mailbox.
hate HOA, bro.
And
They
they're
charge
like,
you for
if
the
you
dumbest
don't-
shit.
If you don't repaint your mailbox by tomorrow, we're charging you $100 every month.
HOA scum, bro.
Yeah.
That shouldn't make any, they shouldn't be like allowed to do anything. Other than that, that's a criminal business right there. Because the HOA here, they saw like our buckets out front. I don't know if you ever saw them while walking in, but my mom and dad grow like shit out of them. Just like, plants. Not shrooms. You know, just like small flowers or like I don't know, maybe some green onion random shit in there.
Yeah.
But like they put a like what is it? They put a letter on our door and said you have to get the trash off of your porch or else we're gonna sue you guys. I'm like, what?
We're gonna sue you.
There's no trash on the porch though. There's just a bunch of fucking buckets with flowers in them. And I'm like, dude, this place is fucked up. I need to figure out who the HOA is, and I'm gonna
write a letter.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna have a
slash their
BF.
tires. Cause fuck, man, they're just causing nothing but problems for everyone in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
you know,
HOAs
It's,
are
like, so
ass.
fucked up, man.
I mean, but it keeps the value of your house up.
Yeah, fuck HOA.
That's what they're for.
They're not doing a good job of it. One of our houses in the neighborhood just don't look the same compared to everyone else's. So I'm thinking they're getting charged out the ass for changing it. But you know, fuck it, I guess.
Yeah, fuck HOAs. Yeah, they were like, you have to repaint your house because our house, like the house that we're in now, my parents' house, it's
Mhm.
been like a good 20 years that they've been in that house. So
Right.
obviously it needs like a refresh,
The
like
weather.
a fresh paint and stuff.
Weather and
And
everything's
they're
been
like,
chipping it off.
you need to paint your house by this date. And then we painted it, right? And they're like, you can't use that color, paint it again. And we're like, what the fuck? So then what colors can we use? And they literally sent like a book of colors that we had to choose from. We couldn't just choose our own color. It had to be one of their
Yeah,
colors.
they always make it like 'cause
And
they
they
all
have
have
to-
to look the same. All the houses
Yeah.
have to look the same.
it has to be sent in for approval before you can paint it or you get fined.
Scumbags.
Yeah.
Fucking hate them. Hate the whole lot of them. I'm not cutting it out. I won't do it, but if someone else does it, I'll take the blame for it. This is some bullshit, man.
Yes, it is. That's why I also didn't really like owning a house too, was the HOA was just so ass about everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got your HOA for the fucking house that you guys lived in.
Because ours was like a new build too, so it was like a new.
You guys
HOA.
definitely had to keep your
yeah,
shit like together for sure.
yeah.
At least for the first couple good years, you
And
know.
they like you know how apartments they charge for pet rent?
Yeah.
Like that makes sense, right? Because you're in somebody else's like building.
Right.
So if they want to charge for your pet, then they're like legally allowed to do that because it's their building. Tell me why when we were at our house that we fucking bought and paid for, they sent a letter. I don't know if it was the HOA themselves or if it was like the city, but somebody sent a letter and was like, for every dog in that house, you have to register them with the city, and it's like $95 per dog.
Just one time? Or you have to do it like monthly?
Well, it's one time, but for like every single dog in the house. But I'm like, why do you have to
Yeah,
do that?
that is whack because it is your house.
Yeah, like it's my house. Why does it matter how many dogs I have in my house? Like, I don't understand. And then second of all, how do they even fucking know?
They see your fucking. They see you walking the fucking dog.
ops.
They're all fucking watching. They're all looking at through the Ring doorbells. Remember when Tony got caught for something stupid? I felt so bad. I was like, dude, they're just looking through the Ring doorbells and the neighbors are snitching out here,
Yeah.
bro. That's stupid. That's whack. If your neighbors are telling on you, that's not a good neighborhood to live in the first place.
Yeah, that was an ass neighborhood too, because all the neighbors were like old white Karens too.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
And they would complain about everything.
I can't even trust my fucking neighbors out here, bro. Like, I
Everything.
own this house. I'm
They're
just gonna get snitched on.
snitches.
God damn, I hope I fucking find out who that person is too.
My goodness.
At that point, I'd just be so pissed.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to live in an apartment or live in a house or
Maybe it's just been a tough week.
live in general.
Hopefully, you get like some revelation time this upcoming week to think about it more. Maybe, I don't know, dude. It's a tough situation. I wouldn't understand
I
it,
didn't
but
ask for this.
well, you know,
Why is living so expensive?
either you fuck life or life fucks you. Right now, it looks like we're getting railed by life. So, it's not going too good.
What do you mean? You're about to go to Japan.
I know. I'm gonna. Oh my god, I'm excited because I was just
Buy it
talking.
yet?
No.
He ain't going, guys.
No, we're gonna have to overpay for our tickets, which I'm kind of sad about. Because I wanted to buy them when they were like $1,000.
You should have just bought
I should have just
it.
bought them. I
Like, I
really
don't
should have just bought
understand
them. But
why
I have
you're
to wait a little bit
waiting.
longer now because I do have to sell some stuff now. So
Oh my
for that fucking
gosh.
ticket. If anyone feels bad for me out there, slide me $1 or $2. Anything works at this point because that's fucked. I should have just bought it. No, I really should have. I had the money and everything ready, but now the tickets are going up. I think it's like 1,200 right now, which isn't too bad. But other than that,
Is it direct?
no, I have to go to Canada for like a couple hours. But then after that,
Canada?
yeah, because it throws me on an Air Canada flight from Denver to Canada. I wait like 2 or 3 hours there in Canada. I paid $1,500 is the direct flight from Denver.
Canada's
then
fun.
I also talked to Bonkai and Richard, and they said they might just, or I should just probably fly to St. Louis. Because for some reason they have direct flights from St. Louis all the way over to Japan. It's like,
Yeah, but then you'd have to
couple hundreds
pay
less.
to go to St. Louis first.
yeah, but the flight to St. Louis
Doesn't
wasn't too
make
expensive.
sense.
I think it was like 80.
But what's the flight from St. Louis to Japan?
I think it was like 1,100. So it almost would be like the same price, but I get to meet up with them before too, you know.
Yeah, I
That's
guess.
more or less it'd be the luxury of seeing them than it is actual like cost effectiveness.
Be seeing them in Japan.
Yeah, then I'll also just be seeing them in Japan. So regardless, it wouldn't matter.
Did you already have like places to stay and stuff? Like, did you plan?
We
it out yet?
looked at Airbnbs and we're ordering an Airbnb.
Have you been seeing the horror stories of Airbnbs lately?
Everywhere?
Yeah,
Or in Japan?
everywhere.
No. Why? What was the one you saw?
People have just been like having really rough time with Airbnb apparently.
Oh, I saw that one video of those kids having a party and they beat the fuck out of the owner when he like confronted them about having a
What?
party. Yeah, the
Okay, I
kids
didn't
beat up
hear
the
about
owner.
that. I
That
heard,
one was
like,
crazy.
One was like there's bed bugs in the bed.
You always got to check for bed bugs regardless
There
of
was
whatever you
bed
do though.
bugs, and then the other one was like poop in the bed, like actual human poop in the bed.
Ew,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, just stuff like that, like
Ugh,
not being clean.
That's
Yeah,
gross.
and then not being able to get a refund, like when they try to like go somewhere else instead.
People are fucked. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I did have like one Airbnb experience was kind of shitty. Like when me and Aaron, I think a couple years ago, we went to San Jose to visit Henry, but what was it? The Airbnb wasn't even ready. They said the lock on the door was broken, and like outside of the house was filled with like children's shoes and shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was like
just somebody's house.
it was like yeah, it's someone's house. So like we were just like, gonna stay in a room, but then we like saw like there's like a fountain filled with like kids' toys. We go up to the door, we knock on it, we go to like the other neighbors, and they're like, "Oh, they're not home right now." I'm like, "What? What the fuck?" And then I call them, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, it's not ready yet. The lock's not done, so you're gonna have to wait like another 4 hours."
Oof.
I'm like, 4 hours to fix that door lock? I can do it in like 10 minutes. Let me do that, bitch. But then we ended up just like not taking that place, and we just got a hotel instead.
That's what happened to us when we went to Hawaii. We like got there and we checked in, everything was fine, and we put our stuff in the Airbnb. And so we went out because we went to dinner and stuff like that. It was like our first night in, so we were just going to dinner and then
Right,
going
just
back
drop
home.
your shit
Yeah,
off real quick
drop
and then
your
just
shit
go
off,
eat. Yeah.
go eat, and then come back and then call it a night. We come back, and for some reason, like we got our stuff in just fine, but for some reason, when we went back to go back into the Airbnb, the key that previously worked was no longer working. Like you would put the key
What?
in and it wouldn't turn anymore, and we couldn't get the door open. So we were like freaking out because at this point it was already 1 a.m. So we're
Yeah.
like trying to call the Airbnb host, like, yo, we gotta get in. Like our stuff is in there. Like
At least let me get my bag. Like, what the fuck?
exactly. And we're like, is this a scam or something? Can you at least give us our bags and then a refund so we can go somewhere else? Because this is not like okay. Like this should not be like we just got in there. Like why is it not working now? And so and then she goes, "Oh, like we actually changed the locks." And we're like, "What? Like we already checked in. What do you mean you changed the locks after we were already in there?" And so we're like, "Okay, so then who do we need to contact or who do we need to get out here to get our stuff?" Because at this point, like we don't want to stay here anymore. Like this is so fucked up. We want a refund and then get our stuff and then so we can leave. And then she was like, "No, like I can't give you a refund. Like I can get the maintenance guy out there and give you a new key and then get you into the room, but I'm not giving your money back." And so we're like all trying to contact Airbnb. Airbnb sucks, okay? If you go to Airbnb like their service center, I feel like they lean more towards like the host
Right.
than the
Yeah.
actual customers. So we were trying to talk to Airbnb, like, hey, this is the situation. Like, this is so fucked up. Like, she's doing this, this, and this. And it's 2 a.m. and we can't get into our room. We can't get our bags and we can't even sleep. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's 2 a.m. We just got here and we need to figure this out. And so Airbnb, like, we go back and forth with Airbnb and the host. And then they end up saying, like, if you want a refund, we can only give you a partial refund. Like you can't get the full refund.
Because usually, like the day of, you usually can't like make any changes.
And so we were like, fuck, like it's Hawaii. It's fucking expensive. So if we don't get a full refund, like we're going to be paying double the price for a different like hotel or Airbnb. So we're just like, okay, fine, whatever. Like, can you just call the maintenance guy so we can get in at least? And then we'll talk about it once we're in the room. Like our group, we'll talk about it and then see what we want to do.
Decide what you guys actually want to do. Do you guys
So-
stay there or fucking get fucked somewhere
They
else?
call the maintenance guy. The maintenance guy takes like an hour and a half to get there. We're sitting outside in Hawaii
At
in the
1
middle
a.m..
of the night.
Yeah.
No, at this point it's like 3 a.m.
Okay, at 3
And
a.m.
we're like fucking tired. We're like running around the whole building seeing if you got lost or something. Cause like, because it's 24-hour maintenance. So I'm like, if you're 24-hour maintenance and you said you would be here in 15 minutes and you're still not here an hour and a half later, we think you're lost. So we're running around this whole building complex looking for a maintenance guy. Lex is like still trying to fucking pry the door open, like, like trying to break it down or some shit.
Oh my god.
We finally find him. He comes in. He can't get the fucking door open either.
No way.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, fuck. Like, it's 3 a.m. and we're in Hawaii. Like, should we just get
Sleep on the floor.
Well, no, because we were like, should we just get a hotel room for tonight then? Because, like, we need to sleep. Like, we can't just stay up all night waiting
Especially
for...
if this guy can't fucking get open the
Yeah.
fucking door. How did they even switch the lock in the first
I don't
place? Is it like a
know.
mechanical
I don't
one or
know.
something?
No, it was like a key one.
How the fuck in that
That's
time
what
did they
I'm
switch the
saying.
key lock?
And so I was like, so we were just like, we don't know what to do. Like, should we just get a hotel room for the night so that we can actually sleep and then come back tomorrow and try to figure it out? Or just wait it out since we're already like here? Because like, what hotel's going to be open at 3 a.m.? And so we were like, okay, fine, whatever. The maintenance guy calls another maintenance guy, and then he comes and then he finally gets the door open. And we go in, and at this point, we're like fucking heated.
Yeah.
We're fucking heated. So we write we write the fucking worst reviews ever because we can't get a refund, and this bitch is just being a fucking bitch. And the Airbnb, like once we actually were in, like looking around and stuff, like it wasn't that like it was catfish Airbnb. Like the pictures
Yeah.
were better than the actual Airbnb.
You guys
we're
got in
like-
there, you're like, damn, this place kind of sucks.
yeah, and like all of that, and it sucks. Like, fuck this
Yeah, no, they
bitch.
fucking they catfish the fuck out of you guys.
So
with
we're
that.
like writing the worst review ever, and then we're like, okay, let's just go to bed. Like we're here, we're in, we got our stuff. Like let's just because we were only there for 3 days, that Airbnb, and then we switched to another Airbnb for the second half of the trip. That's what we planned because we were
Okay.
at 2 different areas.
Okay, so you guys already like pre.
Yeah, we already like
Pre-set that up.
pre-planned everything, but it was just enough for us to be like, fine, like whatever. We're only here for a couple of days anyway. And so the day after, we're looking at the review again because what we wrote, because I wrote one, Lex wrote one, like everybody wrote a review.
Yeah,
for
just
this
to make
bitch.
it like the
Yeah.
percentage look a lot lower.
She replies and she's like, I don't know if these girls like were already angry when they got here, but they're lying and they're just making me look bad. And I was like, this fucking bitch, bro. What do you mean?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It was fucking funny. But Airbnbs have been really shitty lately.
Yeah, I feel like it's already his luck of the draw with an Airbnb that you get. Hopefully in Japan the Airbnbs aren't like that. I don't want no horror story. Have you seen that horror movie about Airbnbs?
No.
It's really stupid. It's called The Barbarian. But basically, this girl rents an Airbnb for like one night, and what is it? She like goes in, and but like the people that own the Airbnb are like really weird. So she goes in, she stays the night, but then they accidentally double booked her with another guy.
What?
So the guy ends up staying the night too because like they're like, okay, well, mutually we can't both be like sitting out in the rain, or like one of us be sitting out in the rain.
Yeah.
So they agreed that she could lock her door, sleep in the room, and then he sleeps on the couch outside. And then like out of nowhere randomly, like she wakes up in the middle of the night and he's gone from the couch. And then like out like it's some crazy noise you hear in the basement later. She walks down there and there's like a door that she walks through, and it just gets really fucking weird after that. I have to watch the movie, but it ends up like being
What is it called?
The Barbarian. It's a fucked up movie. I don't want to like spoil the whole plot, but it's not what I expected, and I did not like it that much.
You didn't like it, so I shouldn't watch it.
You should watch it because it's funny, but it's not a great movie.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
How long are you staying in Japan?
We agreed on 2 weeks, but I might stay out there a little bit longer than them. Richard has to come back home because he has work. Then Bonkai, I don't know if he wants to stay out there with me, but I think he might just go home with Richard. But we'll find out. First
You're
2 weeks
gonna
we'll be with
stay there
them
by yourself.
for a week.
That's crazy.
Nothing crazy. No, that's not crazy.
That's crazy.
It's not that crazy.
That's crazy.
We'll figure it out. I want to be out there for 3 weeks to explore all of Japan at least, you know? Because I was talking to our
Even
friends
3
the other
weeks,
day.
I feel like is not enough.
Yeah, they said 2 weeks wasn't enough. Absolutely not. So the next one is probably the next option is 3 weeks. It's probably what we're gonna decide. Yeah, I want to check out Hokkaido. I forgot what was south of it. Hokkaido and Osaka. I think that was what was south.
Have you been learning Japanese?
Been watching a lot of anime, learning that way. I've been learning a little bit too. You know, I'm just like more or less like learning how to say things like how greet. You know, when you go into like fucking convenience stores or when you're going into restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just figuring out how to like kind of order,
Yeah.
and then after that, I'm gonna figure out how to like.
Because I heard Japan is not very English friendly.
No, even most of the stuff on the maps, you can look up restaurants, but in English, it'll take you to like only the English restaurants, that
Yeah.
ones that like have English on the outside. If
Yeah.
you want to see like a really good like I don't know ramen shop or something like that, you have to type it in like Japanese. So that might be a struggle if we want like the the craziest authentic stuff,
Yeah.
because those people probably don't speak any English at that point.
Right.
Find out though. Probably shouldn't be too hard. If it is, then
That'll be
I'll cry.
fun.
I'll have a meltdown in the middle of Japan. But we also have my other friend Hero's coming too, but she knows Japanese.
Oh, nice.
She actually knows like a lot of Japanese, so the amount of time she'll be out there, it'll definitely be helpful.
Oh, nice. You gonna go to like any clubs and stuff?
You can't. I feel like you have to check out the Japanese nightlife, but I don't know if I'm gonna be like partying or anything like that. Maybe go out, get a few
Ooh.
drinks, like check out like
Go to a love hotel.
maybe. Rent a girlfriend, rent a family. I can do all that out there
That's
too.
crazy. Rent a whole family?
Rent a whole family. You can rent a
God
family out there.
damn.
And I
That's
thought it was just a
crazy.
joke because it was like,
Oh,
there's an
you have
anime
to
called
try.
it.
You have to try horse meat.
I've tried horse meat actually.
really?
I tried that in Iceland.
Oh, how was
That
it?
was sorry, mischief, but that is probably the most delicious meat
My
I've
mom
ever
said
tried.
the same thing because she actually went to Japan. Because they did a layover in Japan the last time she was in Vietnam.
Uh-huh.
They laid over in Japan for I think like 2 days,
Tried the horse meat out there.
and she did like Japanese barbecue with horse meat, and she said it was the best meat she's ever had.
It's crazy because like that's like the what is it? Instead of just having like a steak like from cows and stuff like that, a lot of other places do horse meat instead.
Was
is,
it
like-
was it tough? I feel like horses are very
I thought,
like,
yeah, that's exactly what I thought. But it
muscle.
was like the most soft meat, and it was like the tastiest shit I've ever had. Like I thought it
Damn.
was better than fucking
Than
steak.
cow?
Yeah, I thought it was
Well,
better
we
than
treat our
cow.
cows pretty bad. I feel like
We treat our cows
that's.
pretty
I
bad.
feel like that's
When we had that
part of it
Wagyu beef,
too.
that was really
Wagyu is
good. That shit would
good.
literally
Yeah.
like, you know, when you ate it, like you bite into like
Ooh,
butter
that
or
sounds
something.
good, actually. That sounds
Sorry, Bishop.
fire.
I said sorry right before. I'm sorry. Horse meat is dog shit. Don't eat it. Don't ever eat it.
You're going to hell.
You'll be
I wanna
haunted by
try
a
it, though.
horse. You should. Definitely say try it, but don't tell Mischief about it. Don't tell any horse owner about it.
Ooh, you have
Make
to
him
try
sad.
what is that market? It's like that outside market, like people go to it all the time and they have like the street stalls
Oh,
of,
I know what you're
like,
talking about.
you have to try the
I wanna do
expensive
that.
fruit. Like the
Oh,
$60
no, the fucking yeah, I
grapes
saw
or,
that.
like,
There's like $100 fucking apple or something like that.
yeah.
I
I
got that
always
type of money. What
wondered-
the fuck?
I always wondered, well, if you guys split it, it won't be that bad. I always wondered, like, what makes it so, like, is it really good? Is it that good?
Oh my god, that just sounds. I don't know. I've seen videos on TikTok about it, but for one fucking apple for $100, I don't know, man.
Maybe not the apple, but like the $60 grapes. You get a whole bunch of them.
Maybe we'll see.
Or the it's like the mochi. They're mochi strawberries, right? So the fresh
I've seen
strawberry
those
in
ones
the
too. The
mochi
strawberries.
with chocolate.
Yeah.
But you can get it made with the expensive strawberries, right? So one mochi would be like $10 because they use like the $20 strawberry
crazy,
inside of
bro.
it.
That's so much. That's so much
Yeah.
money. I'm expecting to spend a lot of money on food. I don't plan on bringing a lot home. I want to buy some things out there, but other than that, I'm just going like mainly for the experience and like photos and stuff, obviously.
Ooh, Royce chocolate. Have you had Royce chocolate from Japan?
No, I don't think
That
so.
is the best chocolate. You need to get that if you want to bring something home. I feel like the matcha one,
Make me a list of things you want.
so
I'll
good.
bring it home.
So
I'm not bringing down $100 apple.
It's really good though. You should try it. If
There's
they
a
have
lot
one
of
there,
stuff.
it's not expensive. It's just their chocolate is different because they use different kind of milk. Like
And their chocolate?
Mhm. Like their ice cream tastes different. It's all because the dairy that they use is different. It's like it's Hokkaido based, like where they get a lot of their dairy products is from Hokkaido, and so they call it Hokkaido like cream or Hokkaido milk,
Right.
and that's what they use in their ice creams, cheeses.
Is it still from
um,
like a cow?
I don't know. I don't even know what it's from. I know it tastes hella different though, and I like it.
That sounds interesting.
Because when we were in Japan at the airport, they had a lot of food that had like dairy products. So we got soft serve ice cream, like just vanilla, but it was Hokkaido vanilla. And we were always wondering, like, why isn't it just vanilla? Like, why is it Hokkaido? So we got it, and it tastes really different. I don't even know how to describe it, but I really like it. Same thing with their chocolates. Their chocolates taste really different. So if you see like even like the American branded, but sell like Kit Kats, like American Kit Kats, but the Japanese version of the Kit Kat, it tastes different than our Kit Kat.
It does seem kind of. Every time I get like the green tea one,
Well, no, if it's sold here, then it's the same.
it's the same.
It's the same. I'm saying like when you get it there,
Oh,
it's different.
fucking wild. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm reading about this.
Yeah, so try it out. Royce chocolate too. Because I think they use that same like milk in their chocolate too. It's supposed to be like the Hershey's, I think, of Japan. That's like the Hershey brand of Japan is Royce. But their chocolate is like, it's like almost toffee. It's soft. Like no matter how much you like refrigerate it or something, it's never hard. It's not like a hard chocolate bar. It's soft, like almost like a
Sounds
mochi.
crazy.
with chocolate. It's really cool. It's
I'll try it
really
out.
good.
No,
And
I'll
the
definitely try
texture
it out.
is amazing because you put it in your mouth and it's like chewy, but it also like just melts, like
All
melts
right,
apart. It's
you've already
crazy.
convinced me. I'll do it.
I'm just saying.
No, that does sound crazy though.
I'm
It's
just
it's wild
saying.
because a lot of other places definitely don't do exactly what America does for like our processing for
Because
foods
it's
and stuff.
real. It's
Because
real.
it's real, yeah.
Stuff,
Most of the time,
not-
they're actually still doing everything
Yeah.
like unprocessed.
Are you
like,
gonna
not
go
the
to
same
like
way.
McDonald's and stuff to see?
I still want to do all that.
Yeah.
I do want to try like McDonald's in like different places all the time too. But that's definitely one thing as well.
Hello.
It's always answering a fucking phone call on the goddamn podcast, guys. Every fucking time, man.
What you doing?
Every
I
fucking
don't
time.
know.
The Tony?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. Also, I heard like the pizza. If you see a Pizza Hut there, you should go. Because I don't know
Pizza
about
Hut?
Japan. Pizza Hut or any pizza like chain that's American,
Okay.
like Domino's, Pizza Hut.
They put different shit on it.
Yeah. Like I don't
Toppings?
know if Japan's the same, but when we went to a Pizza Hut in Vietnam, yep, they had a seafood pizza. They had
Squid
like
pizza?
yeah, like a squid ink pizza where they'd
Ooh.
put squid ink in the crust and then they would put like dried squid on top.
Does that shit heat? Is it good?
I don't know, we didn't try it.
Oh, you guys are.
Well, we had Tony with us, so we had to
Man.
get something, that he would actually eat.
And get him a regular pizza.
No, I'm about to buy 2 pizzas.
Why
We're
the
in
fuck
Vietnam.
not?
We're in
It's
Vietnam
cheap
and
out
already
there.
at Pizza Hut.
Oh my
Actually, it
god.
isn't. The Pizza Hut was pretty expensive for Vietnam because
How
it's
much?
Pizza Hut.
How much?
The same price as it is here.
My mom never lets me go to places like that whenever
The
I'm in
same
Vietnam.
price as it is here. And I'm like, I'm in Vietnam. I'm not trying to spend fucking that much on a pizza when I can be spending that on like a whole buffet meal,
Well, I'll definitely want to
But
try
they have
that.
crazy, like, even if you don't buy anything from there, just go in and look at their menu. Like, it's actually crazy. Or, if they have a Haagen-Dazs,
Right.
Asian Haagen-Dazs have milk tea ice cream.
Asian Haagen-Dazs?
Yeah. That they use the Asian milk in. So their milk teas don't taste like our milk teas either.
We'll see about it.
That shit was the most fire thing. When we were in Asia, me and Tony would like go to every single Haagen-Dazs. Every place that we went to
Damn,
get
that good, huh?
Yeah.
That's really good.
And we were trying to bring some home to see if they could like ship it in like pints, but they
Mhm.
didn't. They couldn't. So
Yeah, I think that would be pretty hard to do that, but
yeah, it was like our favorite.
I'm down to
thing.
try a seafood pizza. That sounds good. I just want to eat like every time I go out, so that's probably one thing I'll probably do. Is just mainly eat. You good? How you feeling? Tired?
That was it. You eat yet?
Kind of. Oh shit.
Kind
Whoops.
of.
Ate a little bit earlier. I met up with
My exes.
your
I
exes
saw
early.
that. How was that?
It's funny. I asked him to join the podcast
That's-
tonight. I asked that whole group to come to the basement. To fucking...
I'll be skipping out on that one.
No, you won't, because it was gonna be a surprise.
No.
So on this episode of the podcast, all right, everyone, come out.
No, it's an ex party.
All of Jen's
Fucking awkward.
exes and all my best friends are here. That'd be so fucking funny.
Have you seen that video? What is her name? She used to be really like she was blowing up on YouTube for a while.
The one girl that got in trouble for
No, what is her name? She's Asian. She's Filipino, and she was. It's gonna bother me now. She's like a comedy channel, and she blew up for like a really hot minute for like all of her creative, like prank videos that she would do on her younger brother. And then she got burnt out and then stopped doing YouTube because she got famous like really, really fast because it was right when YouTube was just taking off.
right.
Yeah. So her growth was like insane. And then she just kind of like fell off because it got to be too much. Because I think it was like millions and millions within like a year.
That's wild.
It was wild.
Filipino
Let me see.
girl. Maybe when you say her name, I'll figure it out on who it is. I don't really know that many Filipino creators though.
Oh, Elle of the Mills. Elle
I
Mills.
have no idea who that is.
No?
I don't know who that is. She's doing pranks on her brother though.
Yeah, so one of the videos that got her famous was she threw a slumber party for her brother and she invited all of his exes.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah. That's what it reminded me
Yo,
of.
that's fucking hilarious. That's fucked up.
She was like, let's have a slumber party. Oh, let's see who's here. And then all of his exes just walk in.
Gonna happen to you one day. Just wait. When we actually have our studio, though, I don't want everyone like fucking crammed up in my basement.
Yeah, you don't want a fight to break out or anything. We wouldn't want that.
Maybe not a fight. Maybe some crying. That'd be funny. That'd be content,
Not me.
especially for you.
Not me.
Good story. Good story to tell later. Then we just bring Tony.
No, that would be horrible.
No, that'd be fucking crazy. That'd be fucked
fucking
up.
horrible.
I would never do that. But it's just a funny thought to think about and that I might do one day.
So you want to go eat?
Depends. Oh shit.
And
I'm supposed to be waiting for this guy to come buy this thing. Hour.
shake my head. For what?
Where did you or what did you want to eat?
I don't know. I don't know. I know I'm hungry.
Let me see how close this guy.
Oh, are you selling something?
57. It's been an hour. It's been over an hour.
But anyways, thanks for hanging out with us today. It's a short one because I'm hungry and I'm cranky.
Yeah, and Jen's in a pissed off mood.
Yeah, because
Because what? Say
Life is
it.
expensive, and I
Okay,
don't
all
wanna
right,
be-
all right. Calm down. All right. Well, we appreciate everyone that came to our podcast today. That is episode 9 of the Sweet and Sour podcast.
we will see you next time on episode 10.
When we hit our
Make
double
sure
digits.
to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Video will be dropping on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.